Class trackers grades. The class trackers can be found in each class's weight page. Select classes from the main menu, then select the class from the appropriate year and semester. Then select the class menu, Weights. Trackers allow you to track other elements of a student that do not fall under the other categories of tests, homeworks, projects, or attendance. The impact of trackers on the final grade is based on the tracker's weight, entered here. Each class can have a combination of trackers, with unique names, and impact on the final class grade. After setting up the trackers, they are then displayed in the Take Attendance page, under their own tab, called Trackers. These trackers can then be used during or after class, by the teacher or administration, to track all sorts of behavior and student assessment. For example, let's add a tracker to track students' behavior. Before you can add trackers to a class, you must create them globally. This is called the tracker kind, and will then be available for all of the classes. Select Settings from the main menu. And then select the Settings menu, Trackers. Select Add, and then type in the desired name of the tracker kind. And finally, select Save. To delete a tracker, select its corresponding X icon. If you don't see the X icon, that means that the tracker is being used by a class, and cannot be removed. Creating global tracker kinds helps keep the naming consistent throughout the system, in the same way as subjects does for classes. We can now add this tracker to classes. In the Classes Weights page, enter the desired weight that trackers will have towards the grades. The total weight of all of the categories must equal 100. Make the necessary changes to continue. When you first set the weight for trackers, you will see an alert notification instructing you to add a tracker. To add the tracker, select Add, located under the Trackers section. From the pop-up message, select the desired tracker. Please note, you cannot add the same tracker twice to the same class. If you don't see a tracker kind, that either means that you haven't set up any tracker kinds, or that you have already added all of the trackers to the class. Enter the desired order by number. The order by is applicable when you have more than one tracker for a class, and determines the order in which the trackers appear. Enter the minimum score. This is the lowest score possible for this tracker. Think of a tracker like a test, and what the lowest grade a test would have. Usually, this would be set to 0. Enter the maximum score. This is the highest grade possible for the tracker. You can set this number higher than 100 if you want the student scores to average more than 100, and thereby pull their grade up. Enter the desired step quantity. The way the tracker scores are set is by selecting a plus or a minus button located next to the tracker. The step value determines how many points at a time the number will go up or down. Enter the weight for this tracker. If you only have one tracker for this class, set it to 100. Otherwise, set it so that together, with all the other trackers, they add up to 100. Enter the desired start at number. This gives you an option for further creativity. You may sometimes want the score to start at 100, and penalize the student by incrementing the number down. And sometimes you may want the score to start at a lower number, and reward the student by incrementing the number up. And finally, select Create, to save your changes and create the tracker. Now we'll create the second tracker. You can create trackers with different parameters for each class, to help you track student assessment types, including behavior, participation, neatness, and peer interaction. For more information on using trackers creatively, see the appropriate article in the Articles section.